There is a kind of wealth that frees, and a kind of wealth that imprisons. Tolstoy understood this too late. Money is not just a tool that a belief takes shape, a silent religion that shapes destinies. Some worship it, some fear it. Tolstoy tried to escape it. Tolstoy is born wrapped in a kind of wealth that most people never even see, a wealth made of land, titles, servants, libraries, and ancient privilege. A wealth so vast that it becomes invisible, like AI art. In the Russia of his time, wealth is not simply owned. Wealth is inherited like a crown. Estates are worlds, families are dynasties, and Tolstoy belongs to the highest circle of all. A world where a signature can change a life, and a whim can destroy it. Carriages slide over Russian snow, rooms glow with candles that never go out, shelves overflow with books bound in leather and gold. But before his story even begins, another protagonist steps forward. Wealth itself. 19th century rubles pass from hand to hand. Peasants argue over a debt. Women in the fields work for a few kopecks. On modern screens, Bitcoin charts rise and crash like wild waves. Money changes form, but it never changes its power, division, authority, control over who can and who cannot. Tolstoy grows up at the very center of privilege. Yasnaya Polyana, his estate, stands like a small kingdom. Forests, fields, lakes, servants, carriages, immense libraries, and yet, something feels wrong. A crack opens inside him from a young age. Wealth reveals itself not as a gift, but as a distance. A distance from the men who work his land, from the women who carry water, from the barefoot children, who stare at him like a statue. Money protects him, and at the same time, isolates him. He receives everything, and quietly loses life in the process. This wound follows him forever. During his travels in Europe, pleasure is not his goal. He searches for answers. Unexpectedly, he finds them in a classroom. German and French schools show children frozen in place, straight backs, lowered eyes. Teachers shout. Sticks strike desks. Grades decide a person's worth. A terrible truth becomes clear. A free school opens for the children of peasants. No grades, no exams, no punishments, no rigid programs, no imposed authority. Children enter when they choose. They speak when they feel they have something to say. Tolstoy does not command. He observes. He listens. He learns. In his school, the teacher becomes a permanent student. Wealth becomes the tool used to dismantle the power of wealth. The perfect paradox. After War and Peace and Anna Karenina, Tolstoy becomes a living legend. Visitors, disciples, admirers fill his home. But inside him something breaks. He preaches poverty while living in a mansion. He preaches simplicity while surrounded by servants. He preaches freedom while trapped by his own name. A deep sense of contradiction grows. A divided man emerges. Harsh writings against wealth begin to appear. For Tolstoy, money is no longer a tool. Money becomes a modern form of slavery. Dependence grows from money. Fear follows. Distance becomes permanent. Conscience becomes corrupted. Spiritual freedom becomes blocked. He wants to give away his copyrights. He wants to live like a peasant. He wants to free himself from everything. But reality resists. His family resists. The house turns into a moral battlefield. Money reveals itself not as an economic issue, but as a spiritual poison. At 82, Tolstoy reaches his limit. One night, he escapes. Family, fame, wealth, his own name. Everything is left behind. He is not searching for a grand ending. He is searching for freedom. The journey overwhelms him. Illness arrives. A small railway station becomes his final refuge. Far from everything he once possessed. Alone. For the first time. Truly alone. And perhaps, finally free. Tolstoy possessed enough wealth to buy anything. And yet, in the end, he chose to abandon everything. A school was created where children taught adults. A lifetime was spent fighting the power of money. True freedom cannot be bought. Can only be taken. At a cost. Sometimes. The price is everything one has. His fame crossed borders long before the world was connected. From Russia to Europe, from America to Asia, his name became a lighthouse. Readers everywhere saw in him a rare force. A man who understood the human soul with absolute clarity. Born into wealth, he could have lived a quiet life of privilege. He chose another path. Used his fortune to build schools. Supported peasants. Helped families in need. Spread education far beyond his estate. Money in his hands became a tool for others. Never a throne for himself. This generosity created a deep conflict inside him. The more he gave, the more he questioned the meaning of wealth. The more he helped others, the more he felt the weight of his own privilege. A lifelong struggle grew inside him. The nobleman who wanted to stand beside the poorest of his people. The rich man who dreamed of a world without riches. The celebrated author who longed for silence. This inner battle never left him. Followed him through fame. Followed him through family tensions. Followed him through spiritual crises. Stayed with him until his final breath in that small, cold train station. A place far from the palaces of his youth. A place closer to the humanity he always sought. Tolstoy's life teaches one truth. Greatness is not measured by what one owns. Greatness is measured by what one gives away. His words remain. His example remains. His fight against the power of money remains. His legacy continues to shine across the world. If this journey through money and freedom made you think, leave a comment below. Tell me what you see in wealth and where you are watching from. Thank you.